this marriage, we're a team. We're in love, we're passionate, we got each other's back.
Some people say you gotta agree to disagree, but I feel like you gotta compromise on something, 'cause that's love, that's in the Bible, Corinthians, love is patient, love is kind, love is not boastful. So I can't be like, oh, you did this and I did this, because love don't take no score if it's truly from the heart.
It is us against whatever comes.
We met on a website.
Dating app. I cannot remember the name of the dating app.
It was Christmas Eve, December 24th.
I got rid of it after he was the one. He DM'd me and said, I like what I see, I want to know more.
Oh, you look good.
And I was like, and I can't remember what else, but I was like, who we playing with? Then I messaged him back. So, we're on the dating site, so you gotta look at the profile. I don't remember what he put in his profile, but I know that he had on New York Giants hat. That was my team. I'm a Giants fan. I was like, okay, let me see, what's going on here.
And we started talking and talk all night.
We talked for hours, like over 8 hours.
We talk on the phone like high school all night. She fall asleep. You sleeping? No, I up.
On the phone. And I remember he was at his sister's house for Christmas, and we were on the phone for a while then too, and they were like, you still on the phone? Gosh, you need to get off the phone.
Talk all night and kicked it off.
Our first date was out back, and so I don't know why, but I never really dated guys taller than me, and so his profile said he was 6 feet, and I was like, oh God, because I'm really 4'11" and 3/4. Heavy on the 3/4, right? So I just rounded up to 5'1" now. But yeah, so we meet, and then he's on the sidewalk, and my first thing is, 6'1's not that tall. You know how short people do it. So, but yeah, so we meet outside and we talk and we go in, and
she liked to smile. I love her smile. She got some big cheeks, but it smiles. Yeah.
On the first day, he was cool. First day was good.
Caught her looking at herself in the mirror. She always in the mirror. And I tried to get a kiss, but she wouldn't give me a kiss the first day.
I was like, no, not yet. I don't know why, but then he called me and we stayed on the phone for hours. So we did that high school thing when you be on the phone and you like, you hang up. No, you hang up. We reinvented that.
Talking on the phone and just learning each other, and we both read the Bibles, so that was big. You know what I'm saying? I was in the time of my life, and she was good, and she loved God, so I knew that was a person.
Yeah, we dated a few times a week. We didn't have anybody to tell us no, so yeah, that was some fun, good dating.
We dated for 4 or 5 years before we, got married.
For fun, we go to football games, basketball games, we travel.
We take trips. We enjoy trips, going see the country, cruise, enjoying life.
So, Mama loved him. She was like, he loves my daughter. He loves my daughter. So she just loved him.
They liked her. They were very happy for me that I found someone that who loved me for me, not just because I'm MC heavy.
One used to be like, Mama, just let him just come. Just let him come. It's like ready for us to just like move in. And I was like, wait a minute, just like, let's come in, get so, but everybody said that to him.
Well, early on he told me
he said it first. Like, it wasn't that I wasn't feeling it too, but he was just telling me, he was talking about something. Somebody made him mad and he was going and going.
And it wasn't like, when you say something, you say it out your heart. You don't mean to say it, you're like,
I love you and da-da-da-da-da. And I was like, oh, he said it. He kept talking and then he stopped and he was like,
oh,
did you hear it?
And you know what I'm saying?
And I was like, yeah.
This is gonna be my wife.
I knew we were going good, but at my graduation party, we talked about the future, we talked about different things, but during the graduation party was when people were like, oh my God, I think he's about to propose. Oh my God, he's gonna propose, And so I was like, what is going on? Like, what? I was like, no, we're not ready yet. We're not ready. He's not ready, because he didn't let me know that he was ready yet. So I'm like, no, he's not ready. And so I was like really scared. And then when he was singing to me, in my head I was like, oh my God, what is happening? What is happening? And so he did not pop the question, but I couldn't like cut loose on the dance because I was like, what is about to happen? And I think my dancing was stiff that night. But that was because everybody kept coming up to me like, oh my God, he's gonna propose to you, You can see it in his eyes, and I'm like, what's going on? He's not ready. We've talked about this. We've talked about things. He's not ready. So yeah, but that night is when I think I realized that he's ready. Yeah.
How did I know he was the one? Or it could be something. I could talk to him about anything. I had Jamari, and Jamari was premature.
So I had the IEP, and I had all these different, going to IEP meeting, even though I was
working in the schools as a counselor, it still is like, when it's your child, it's different. And so being that he experienced the same thing, like, we just had things in common, and I could talk to him, and I didn't feel like,
dang, I shouldn't have told him that. I shouldn't have shared this. Like, he just made me feel like whatever I said was okay. It was a safe place.
I think the main thing that I was looking for was that I always had to be the strong person. Every relationship was a single mother, and with him, I could chill a little bit because he was the one that was strong. I could lean on him.
Remember the time when he woke you up and I had fell
and busted my eye, and he woke you up. He's like, I gotta take your mama to the hospital. And I'm dizzy. He just is like he had to get me dressed. Like, I totally
couldn't do anything for myself. And as a woman,
I got this. Like, I did not. And so he did everything. And, I heard him telling you, I could hear so good, but I couldn't open my eyes to really see. I was just, and so he got me to the car. He got me in the car. He drove me to the hospital. He put me in a wheelchair, wheeled me in. And in those moments, I realized, he got me. Like,
what I learned from her mostly, that she's a strong woman, and to be a single parent, I think the challenging part of that is, because she was a single parent, so she was a mother and a father, and for me to come in and to show her like, hey, I'm here, I got your back, it was more of her letting her guard down and trusting, like, okay, we both in the best interest of the whole family.
And I just never was, I never had that. Like, I just always had to be so strong for everybody else. And unfortunately, I had to, like, fall out and hit my head and realize that, you know what, you can lean on somebody. It's okay.
And I never ever had that before. We talked about dreams and things that we wanted to do and stuff. So I knew that, it's coming, it's possibly coming. But the day that he proposed to me,
August 2nd, and I wanted to tell her before then, but I said, well, I want to make it so she'll remember it forever.
I guess I was sitting up in the bed and
I already had everything planned out of my head, so when she woke up,
gave me the box, and I was like,
and the first thing I was thinking, my nails aren't done. So I looked, and then he came. I was sitting on the bed, so he kneeled on the floor, and then he asked me to marry him, and I said yes.
And she was already planning the wedding that moment.
So yes, we waited a couple of years, and I have a vision board, and it was on my wall, and I had a goal of purchasing another house on here. And so after he proposed to me, he was like, I'm a part of the vision. And I was like, yes, you are!
But we want to make sure we had everything planned out, right venue, and she wanted a beach wedding, so we planned it out for that next year, to give us time. And we knew we wanted to live together, but we wanted to buy a new house so we can start over. And so we made all preparations, and God worked it out to where we got married on Saturday. We closed on our house on Tuesday. So it all worked out. Felt good, like a new man. We both were happy, and we both, wanted it. So it was good.
I was finally happy for me to have found love.
The most special part, I would say, seeing her come out, walk down the aisle. I mean, just, want to say we both have each other's hearts. That was big for me,
Blending kids, blending the family, that was tough. When you get married,
The biggest challenge with becoming one as a blended family is the children taking the buy-in on, we are actually one, we are family.
Older kids, and then you got younger kids, and trying to incorporate them and get them, understand, okay, I'm not your mom, I'm not your daddy, and you know what I'm saying, but showing that we still care, the same way.
You handle things as a family. When things happen, I'm not going nowhere, he's not going nowhere. We are a family, and we got to get through things together.
Love. I mean, that's it. Even though, we got different kids and things like that, we still had to base it on us, and also the kids, but then it's us first. We got to make sure we okay.
This marriage, we're a team. We're in love. We're passionate. We got each other's back. It is us against whatever comes versus whatever comes, we're trying to figure it out. You know what I mean? So it's us against the world, and finally got that.
Just getting to let them know that, that I'm always there for them still, and this is not your mother, but she's there for you also, just showing that, you can have two parents, you know what I'm saying? And for us having our own child, you know, it brought us all together even more, because now, you know, we got something that is one.
And so we had one and done. So Malcolm was our one and done, and we're blended.
You know, and okay, that's your brother, this is your brother, you know. So it made the blend better, you know.
Describe the roles that y'all play in your relationship.
Our roles?
Well, we are two different people. So
Well,
she's a Leo, I'm a Scorpio. So we, you know, I'm more quiet, and she's not a loud person, but she voices her opinion more than me. I'm laid back, she's not, you know, and I think that's good in a relationship, to have different opinions, so, you know, you can make good decisions. So I think that was big.
I mean, as far as our roles, we do things together. Like, we cook together. Sometimes I love his cooking more than mine, because I kind of do healthy stuff. But then when I want to lose weight, I like my cooking better than his cooking. Except for he doesn't like to pay the bills. Like, I got to do all that. He's like, leave me out of that and stuff. Traditions that we have started together is we pray as a family in the mornings. We always, of course, celebrate our anniversary. We celebrate birthdays. We may go to church together.
I mean, reading the Bible, you know, I was living by myself, and, she was at home with her kids, and, you know, we would talk on the phone, and we both would just think of anything out the Bible, or anything on your mind. And if you think about it, it's in the Bible. You know what I'm saying? We just pick anything, like, okay, you read tonight. You read tonight. You know, we switch it up, and, you know, that was big, because it's always God first, you know.
We've served on ministry together.
I mean,
I already know what he's gonna tell you about me. You got my nerve, you know.
I would say I'm more conservative, and not saying cheap, but she would like to plan things, and I'm not like a real big planner. You know, I'm like, okay, if we're gonna do it, let's do it. You know.
His biggest argument is, I don't fold all the clothes on the table.
Oh, dang.
No, I ain't.
I don't accept that.
You don't accept it? What?
Well, you can't.
She won't plan it out from the T, from the start to the finish. I'm like, let's just go. You know, that is me.
Well, immediately I was looking to see his flaws. I wanted to see the worst part, to see if I could deal with it. You know, I knew that I was already attracted to him, and he made me laugh. You gotta make me laugh. He was a go-getter. He worked hard. You know, he could budget. You know, if it's like, hold on, it's not a good week, he's not going out to eat, he's gonna make a sandwich. And I was like, okay, I can work with that, you know? So I saw all of that, but I wanted to see how he dealt with when things just aren't going right. Like, you know, I wanted to see the struggle, like if there's a struggle or if money wasn't there, can he budget, like that part. But I definitely wanted to see the flaws. Being that I was married before and divorced, you know, statistically, divorce the second time, you know, statistics is saying that it's higher. And so being aware of that, I just wanted to make sure that I was marrying somebody that I knew I'm in for the long haul. Like, you know, and there's things that you know, develop or you see along the way. But for what I could see, I wanted to know, listen, I'm down. We got the buy-in is here, and I had that. Well, I had to pray. Because I knew how to be a single mother very good, but I didn't know how to be a wife. And I had to learn how to be a wife. I had to learn how to have a, how to like surrender certain things about me as a strong woman and mother who did it all by herself. And to be able to say, you can be the head and it takes nothing away from me as a woman, when sometimes people, would feel like, it makes you feel less than, or it makes you feel, it didn't make me feel like that.
Love. I mean, that's it. Even though, we got different kids and things like that, we still had to base it on us, and also the kids, but then it's us first. We got to make sure we okay,
So our relationship was strengthened by the different experiences that we encountered, because we were able to come together and face everything. Personally, there were some things that I just had to pray about, and when I would pray and take him to God, God would show me. And after a while, I was like, okay, God, well, I guess I need to just work on me, right? And so I began to work on me, and the more that I worked on me, when I prayed, then I began to, he would end up saying something that I might have prayed for in my closet that he didn't know I asked God. And so the more intimate that I got with God and just taking my prayers there, and not to friends, I learned not to go talk to my friends or family or anything like that, I just prayed, and, we did premarital counseling. Anytime we hit a bump in the road, we went to counseling. And it worked. And we just learned to get stronger and stronger, and to talk. Communication is key. Like, you have to talk. And me being a counselor helped. And sometimes I think it hurt, because then he thought, like, sometimes I felt like I knew it all, but it wasn't that. It's just like, I need you to talk, because I can't read minds. And so I had to learn. I learned that, so in me learning things about myself, then I was able to learn about him. But prayer was the key, and communication definitely was, yeah. So we went to
Cancun,
Mexico on a marriage retreat. And funny story, when we got married,
it rained that day, so it was like we already had it set up outside to be married outside on the beach, but it rained, so we had to move the venue inside.
And so I think that was one of the biggest takeaways, that, on my wedding day it rained. No bride wants rain, and so.
Which, she felt like she lost that part, but we were still there. But
I didn't feel like the day was horrible, but I felt like, oh my God, my dream of getting married outside just, I did. We went on a marriage retreat last month, February, and there was a vow renewal service that we participated in with all of the other couples. And it was on the beach in Cancun, Mexico.
We was at a resort, so it was a beautiful place. We had food all day, had some drinks, and
the skies was beautiful, the water was beautiful, the sand was white.
It was beautiful out there. She's a beach person. I'm not really a beach person. I grew up here, always went to the beach, so she loved it more than me, but I like the beach. It's her peaceful place.
And it was my happy place. So I feel like for year 7, I got what I wanted in year 1. So, yay!
I mean, it was a good morning. We went to a conference, and we went we prayed
and we talked about the power of agreement within, couples, and how important it is for us to be in agreement. And so that was awesome. And so once we left there, we ended up going to change clothes and met on the beach.
we was able to say I do on the white sands of Cancun.
Nothing can top the first time. I think that we have matured into a different place and space. And so this was just like an extra layer of icing onto what we've already done.
Some people say you gotta agree to disagree, but I feel like you gotta compromise on something, 'cause that's love, that's in the Bible, Corinthians, love is patient, love is kind, and love is not boastful. So I can't be like, oh, you did this and I did this, because love don't take no score if it's truly from the heart.
I'll be like, hey, I'm in it with you. We're on the same team. And that just kind of, brings it back where we just try to put our heads together and
Yeah, I mean, we've been together over 11 years, 12 years, married 7. So, I mean, we did a lot,
I would say one of our strengths now is communication. We've worked on it a lot. And so I think that we do well in that area. I wouldn't say we've mastered it. We didn't master it, but we do better. I think we, at least we take the approach of things together, of like facing it together. And if one of us forget, then the one that is in less emotion. So if he's upset about something and I feel like, okay, this is about to lead us to go like this, versus then to come together.
It's our 3rd house that we done bought in 7 years. So, it's like, wow.
I'll be like, hey, I'm in it with you. We're on the same team. He just say whatever, like if he's like, I'm gonna say what I gotta say. And then I'm like, okay, so that's how you feel, but now we gotta compromise. So you just don't say what you gotta say. You gotta say what you gotta say. I say what I gotta say. We got compromise. And so we mastered that part now. Yeah.
But I mean, it was always a level up from where we was.
We choose love. Like we've come against some tough times, hard times. We choose love. Like we look at everything that we've gone through and it's like, I choose to be here. When it gets tough, we don't run away. And we had to learn that. We had to fight through those times where it felt like, I want to go. Like I just want to not be here. And learn, listen, if you leave me right now, then it makes me feel like you're not there for me. And so you don't run, you don't flee from your spouse. You stay and you deal with it and you stick it out. And so that was something that we had to learn along the way and be patient with each other with, and change, And so we choose love. We choose love. And so that's, I say that now, but like working through that in a marriage is a lot. Sometimes you need to take a drive to cool your head off and, but we choose love. And so now, I don't like to go to sleep angry. We really don't. We kind of talk about things and, it's better now. I won't say we haven't mastered everything, but it's definitely better.
And she's done her own business. She's still doing it. She also is a full-time counselor, director, and me, I work at a body shop, and we was able to build my personal business, which is our business, at home body shop, and we working on it and striving and doing it.
Like I do. Though it hurt me so to let you know.
let me know if the love is really real. But it seems to me that I'm wrapped up in love. Don't you know that I'm still